Welcome everyone to my first episode of my brand overview series. I am going to be covering innovative brands that I think are, worth the attention. This is not a shopping video that is like you need everything from this brand. It really is a place where people can go if they are searching for a review of a certain product from a brand. I really just wanted to have a catalog of those kind of reviews. So in today's video, we're going to cover Dermelect first. Hands down, one of the coolest brands I have come across in a really long time. I slowly started to collect and purchase things from the brand. And as each thing that I purchased was kind of a hit, like 1, 2, 3 things, I started thinking, okay, this is a brand worth covering in general. If you're new here, my name is Penny. I am a master esthetician. I am an ingredient junkie. I love to really dive in, understand why something works for me, understand the way that ingredients work, and I love to share that information with you. So if that sounds good to you, I really hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. Dermelect. Dermelect is a cruelty-free brand. They are here in the United States and they produce products, at least in my estimation, that are multitasking, relatively affordable, and use some really interesting ingredients to be effective. So we're going to start with my very favorite things from the brand, and I'm going to move on down to my least favorite things from the brand. Number one is not going to be a surprise. It is the Self-Esteem. This is the sleeping serum, the Esteem Beauty Sleep Serum. Okay, so this is clear, kind of thick-ish serum that you use at night. Now, it is glycolic acid, it is salicylic acid, and then it is also ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C. This is something that I use at night a couple nights a week in place of a retinoid. And the way that I've actually been using this is I will go to do my skincare at like 7, let's say, okay, and I don't go to bed till like say 10. I will wash my face and I will put this on right after I wash my face, and then I let it just be for like half an hour before I go back and do any other skincare. Now, often what I will do is I will put this on, let it be for a while so those acids aren't interfered in any way. And then I put on my peptide moisturizer and my Soothe and Recovery. I just layer on peptides and then tons of moisture and kind of locking in hydration into my skin. That is 2 nights a week for me. I'm telling you, it has been an amazing combination for me. This is definitely something I will repurchase. I've already talked about this a few times. What happens is I find that I wake up the next day and my pores look more refined. I chalk that up to the salicylic acid in here. Salicylic acid is a beta hydroxy acid and it helps to disencrust the pores. So it's going to help to dislodge debris from within the pore so that when you wash your face, whether it's morning or night, debris doesn't stick around. If the debris comes out of your pores, it means that the pores have an opportunity to not to be distended, okay? So pores they are not going to shrink, but they definitely can get stretched out by having gunk in them. So keeping your pores clean of debris is going to help them look more refined. The other thing is the glycolic acid is an alpha hydroxy acid, and that helps with cellular turnover. So that helps to refine the surface of your skin as far as texture is concerned. Glycolic acid is also really excellent because it can help with collagen stimulation. So all in all, you're getting this really great anti-aging, pore refining, texture reducing kind of overnight treatment. Now, the third thing that's in here is that ascorbic acid. Now, ascorbic acid is vitamin C. That is going to help with pigment issues. It's also an antioxidant. So it's going to help brighten your skin. It's going to help with glow. It's going to help with unwanted pigmentation. So overall, you're really refining the surface of your skin with pigment and also with texture and with pores. It's just a beautiful serum. So that is the Self-Esteem Beauty Sleep Serum. Number one easily out of the entire lineup that we're going to talk about today. Now, the next one is something that I talked about, I don't know, like maybe 2 months ago. It is the Get Lifted Instant Facelift. Now, honestly, the name is kind of silly because it is not a facelift. That's not going to happen with any cream or anything like that. So let's not expect anything like that. But what this does have in it is it has honey. Honey is really good for the skin. And it also has egg. It has albumin in it. That can help to give a temporary kind of tightening to the skin. And I definitely find that it kind of gives that look under makeup. I like to wear this as kind of a daytime moisturizer along with moisturizer usually. I do really like it. I think it's beautiful. I think the ingredient deck is super interesting, and it's definitely one of those products that to me is unique, very, very unique, and I'm super glad. This will be another one that I definitely will rebuy, and I'm glad that I picked it up, even though I didn't love the name of the product, because there is no cream or anything like that that's going to give any kind of a facelift like effect. It does have other ingredients in it that are just good for your skin, so it's not all temporary or superficial as far as the product goes. So this is the number 2. Number 3 is going to be their Redness, Rehab, Conceal, and Correct. This one honestly could have probably taken the first spot. It's just so different from the other two. This is essentially like skincare that is makeup. This is packed with amazing ingredients for people who have redness in their skin, which I definitely do. So it has all kinds of ingredients in here that are going to help to soothe the skin. But what is super cool is it is a pigment. So when you put it on, I like to use this with a damp to wet beauty blender, and I bounce it into the skin. It immediately will color correct and eliminate the look of redness. So it's got all these really great skincare ingredients in it that help to soothe inflamed skin and soothe redness, but then it actually has color in it that is going to help to kind of mitigate the actual appearance of redness. To me, this is absolutely when a skincare meets a makeup, if you will, and it is a perfect match. It's a really, really good product. I would call this skincare with a little bit of makeup in it. I think it's more skincare than it is makeup. The makeup part of it is just an added benefit. Okay, the fourth thing on the list is going to be some of their neck products. Now, they have 2 neck products, okay? They have one that is a professional, and then they have another one that is just their regular Self-Esteem Neck Firming Lift. I have tried them both. I definitely think that this is the one that I would prefer, but it is more expensive. They're both 2 ounces. One is $59 and one is like $42 or something like that. Also, definitely check the description box, because in all of these brand overviews, I'm going to do my best to get discounts for you, and I will always list when the brand has a sale so that you can get the best price anytime. I will always keep that up to date in the description box. Anyway, what they're doing here is they're actually using alpha hydroxy acids and beta hydroxy acid, salicylic acid, to kind of exfoliate the neck skin. And I'm telling you, my very favorite neck cream, which is the Neocutis neck cream, I've talked about it for years and years. It's $130. This solidly replaces that. This is $59. You get 2 ounces. You can get it on sale, and it does the same thing as that Neocutis. It uses glycolic acid, it uses lactic acid, and it uses salicylic acid to help to exfoliate and improve the texture of your neck, to improve the tech neck lines. And then it uses a bunch of things that are going to hydrate this tissue. This tissue has less sebaceous glands, so it's less moisturized in general, and it's thinner. So it's naturally going to look drier, and it can look crepier, and it definitely, because there's so much movement in our neck, it's prone to getting obviously necklace lines. We are always going to have necklace lines as long as we're alive, because we're moving our neck, and that is totally okay. But if you want to soften that area, you can definitely do it with alpha hydroxy acids and beta hydroxy acids. So this is definitely my preference. I don't think that I would repurchase the one in the pot. I definitely will repurchase the one in the tube. And the main difference that I can see, because they both contain the alpha hydroxy and beta hydroxy acid, is that they are a little higher on the list, so they're likely a little bit more potent in the professional strength. Obviously a little lower on the list in this one, so they're going to be a little more gentle. If you have a super sensitivity, maybe that would make this one better. But this is definitely replacing my Neocutis. mostly because it's half the price and before any kind of discounts. And I love that it comes in a tube. Now, what you can do if you're somebody who has picked this guy up, because I've talked about it recently, you can actually take this all the way down your décolleté for sure, a couple nights a week, and top with a moisturizer to get some of those alpha hydroxy, beta hydroxy, and ascorbic acids here. It's amazing. That kind of thing will really, really help to make the neck and the décolleté look better when it comes to texture, when it comes to fine lines, and also when it comes to hyperpigmentation and redness. So that's another way that you can use some of these products. Okay, moving on to lips. This is the next in my favorite, like as I move down a ranking, is their smooth upper lip. I gotta tell you that when I first got this, I thought, complete gimmick. This is not something that I just really wasn't sure. I've completely changed my tune. This actually has peptides in it and other ingredients that are going to help to truly smooth your upper lip. I mean, it's really a beautiful product. What's interesting is you can unscrew it and you can see there is this. So if you wanted to just put a little bit out onto your finger and smooth it around your lips, you can. I definitely recommend using it all around your lips, not just on your upper lip. Put that back on and you can pull the top off and it looks like this. This is how I use it. And I just put it on like this, and I sit and I massage along the upper, like the vermilion border here, and into the corners of my mouth. It goes on, it's a lotion, and it completely will rub in when you massage it in. Now, is it gonna eliminate lip lines? No, it is definitely not. But it does have ingredients that can help with cellular turnover to soften fine lines, and it also has ingredients that are gonna help with hyperpigmentation. Lots of people get pigment in this upper area, and that pigment can get like into the lines, making the lines look deeper and exacerbate the look of the upper lip not being smooth. The way that I'm planning to use this also is I'm getting back into my cosmetic needling around the lips. I recently did some dissolver, old filler dissolver. I did a hyaluronidase, which I'm going to be bringing an entire video on this, but I did my lip and I knew, okay, I'm going to have to go back in and really start back in on a whole upper lip program. And for me, that's cosmetic needling. This will be what I use after I cosmetic needle so that some of those peptides, some of that good stuff can get in just superficially to help with cellular turnover, help with smoothing, help with collagen production, all of that kind of stuff. Okay, the next one is also lips, and this is their Smooth Lip Volumizer. This really reminds me a little bit of like the City Lips volumizer or any other volumizer that you've seen on the market. It does have something in it that gives your lips a little bit of like a tingle. I never have high hopes for these. I never think that they're anything more than bringing blood flow and maybe some color to the lips so they give that look of fullness or, you know, whatever. This is actually really beautiful. If you don't like your lips feeling that tingly, almost like cinnamony feeling, then you will not like this because it definitely does have some of that. Dissipates after a while. What I really notice when I put this on is that it gives the lips more color, more vibrancy, and it's not colored, it's actually clear like this. But because it brings some blood into the area, it definitely makes the lips appear fuller, and it also kind of just makes them look a little bit more pillowy than before. There's some moisturizing properties, it's going to lock in some hydration, etc. I think that this is a really nice product if you're somebody who likes these kinds of products. The last lip thing is their Smooth and Supple Lip Mask. If you're somebody who likes lip masks, this one is absolutely excellent. The ingredients in here are they're very nice. They are non like Vaseline based. So if you don't like that kind of thing, this has lots of nourishing oils and occlusives so that if you wear it overnight, it's just going to help to trap some moisture in your lips and help them stay healthy on their own. Looks kind of like this. It's like almost like a balm, you know. So it looks like that. It does have a little bit of almost like just a tiny hint of a fruity scent to it. I definitely like to just put this on right before bed. You can leave it by your bedside, but it's essentially just a lip mask. You know, it's a good one, but it's it's a lip mask. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about their Revitalite Eyelid and Dark Circle. This is their eye cream. This is really great ingredients. I like that it has the tip that gets cold so that you can use it, you know, and work on puffiness. I've used this. It does have some optical diffusers in it. I haven't used this long enough to tell you if it can do anything for the area around the eyes. A lot of the reviews do talk about that it helps with droopy eyelids and it has helped with dark circles, but I haven't seen any of that because I literally haven't used it long enough. I have probably 3 or 4 eye creams that I'm rotating right now. I have my Beauty of Joseon, which is the retinaldehyde that I use at night. I have the One Skin Eye that I'm using in the morning that I absolutely adore. So this one I've been kind of just trying to rotate it in. Something that I do know about every eye cream, this is something I've been doing with my One Skin, is when you do a pump of eye cream and you go around your eyes, take that and put it around your mouth. I don't care if you do smooth upper lip or anything else. Your eye cream can be really great massaged around your mouth as well. So anytime I'm using an eye cream, I always then put it around my mouth and just, you know, double dip on the areas. But I will report back on this one. It has a nice ingredient deck. I like the packaging, all of that stuff, but I can't give you any kind of a review on efficacy yet. Now we have a couple of things that didn't work out for me. This one is the Redness Rehab Sensitive Skin Smoothing Cream. And the really sad thing about this, it looks like this, is that the ingredient deck on this is beautiful. And I absolutely highly recommend the cream that's inside the jar for the cream that's inside the jar because it's beautiful and it definitely has ingredients in it that are going to help soothe red skin. They're going to help with inflammation like allantoin. Allantoin is a superstar ingredient. It's anti-inflammatory. It can help soothe the skin. It's just really one of those underrated ingredients that is beautiful in here. It has lots of really great ingredients. It has beta-glucan, which is soothing, which can also help with hydration, and lots and lots of great ingredients. My problem is the packaging. It's really cute, but it's really messy. So it looks like this. See here. And this goes all the way over the jar, okay? So it goes like that. I took this with me over spring break and last month because I was starting to test all of this stuff. And what I noticed is it gets, and I've cleaned it, this all got covered in cream. And it's just, you can't tell from here, but what happens is a lot of the cream got inside this lid and then got all out here. And I get that this is really cute packaging and it's beautiful. It actually just is a little bit messy. Now that could just be my experience with it. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. But I don't love the packaging for this guy. In fact, I kind of wish it was just one of those, where you could pump out what you need. I think it would be perfect. So I'm contemplating actually, and you have to put this back on, which I don't always do that. You have to, because otherwise the inside really, really gets messy, like the inside top of this, and then you're wasting cream and all that kind of stuff. So probably what I should do is decant this into some other packaging, but that seems kind of silly, right? So for the Redness Rehab, this is stacked with really fantastic ingredients for red skin, for inflamed skin, for soothing sensitive skin. If you're willing to deal with packaging that I think is beautiful, but not very great, like practical, then this is a good product. Okay, next we have the Lipo Contour Body Toning Cream. The thing with this, you guys, is that I bought this. I bought this because I know that other people would want to know about it. This does have caffeine. Caffeine can help with circulation. Theoretically, circulation maybe could eventually help with cellulite, maybe. But I don't believe personally that there are any creams that we can actually put on that are going to affect cellulite, truly. I just don't believe that. So even though I think that this is a really nice moisturizer, and when you put it on, it does like cool the area. I've been using it like on the back of my arms. It does cool down the area and feels really, really nice. I just don't believe that it's going to have any effect whatsoever on cellulite. So for that reason, it's at the bottom of my list, but it does feel really good. Like right now it feels really cool on the back of my arms. So if you're kind of into that kind of thing, if you're into body creams that cool, that have caffeine in them, that may help with circulation and that kind of thing, then you might like that. But otherwise, it was just lower on my list. The very last thing is the Rapid Repair Facial Moisturizer. This seems nice enough. I just don't love that it has some lavender oil in it, so I can really smell the fragrance. I just didn't love that. I thought it was a nice moisturizer otherwise. It's very a generic moisturizer as far as I'm concerned. It didn't have any wow factor to it. And there are other moisturizers for me that I love so much more, that have so much more to them, like peptides and interesting humectants, etc., that I would probably reach for those over this. And then you throw in that lavender oil, and for me personally, that puts me off. Now, Dermelect has an entire nail lineup. They have all kinds of things for treating cuticles. They have for treating nails, for treating ridges, for brittleness, all of that kind of stuff. I go get my nails done, and so there's no way for me to test any of that, like polishes or the treatments for the nails. But they definitely have a whole section on that looked really, really interesting to me. And probably with my next purchase, I will buy the cuticle product and the hand cream just to test out and see how they are. Because it's obvious that they kind of have a whole dedicated section for nails. All right, you guys, that is my very first brand overview. I've got several brands that I'm super excited to cover. Some are going to be niche brands and some are going to be big brands. So if you have some suggestions for me, definitely leave them in the comment section. Again, these videos are just to cover a ton of reviews and to have a corresponding blog post so that when people are Google searching any kind of, one of these out of a brand, that they can find a review and look at the ingredients in black and white and make good decisions. I hope that this was helpful. I hope you have a really wonderful day. Check the description box always for discounts, etc., because anytime I do one of these, I am reaching out to the brand to get a discount, to try and get a code, all of that kind of stuff, so that nobody ever has to pay full price. All right, I hope you have a really wonderful day. I'll talk to you in my next skincare video. Take care.